The tourist spots. These are the places you visit mostly once, enjoy it, and forget about it. And there are destinations. These are the places which hold a very special place in your heart. The places which get indented in your soul. Also the places where you shout your name out, and months later, the name echoes back and you feel like the place is calling you back. And you make the briefest plan and head out for it the next weekend. These are the places which have a part of you in them. For me, one such destination is Zuluk. Zuluk is a small hamlet below the Sikkimese Himalayan foothills. I have 3 best friends, but only 2 are required to complete this story. Pravesh and Suman. We were roommates back in our college days. Pravesh, I owe you 60. Would you like to make it 55? I think there are 4 things common between us. Love for the same genre of music, love for traveling, love for the same cuisine and also the liquid refreshments, and of course an engineering degree. I guess that makes us best friends. The 3rd best friend is happily married and must be watching this video with his wife, who is his new best friend now. Anyways, the story has a simple tale. We cut a birthday cake at 12,000 feet. But the beauty of the tale is about the small stories, the small epiphanies, beyond the cake and beyond the cream. सिक्किममा कहीँ जानु धेरैवटा तरिका छ. बाइकमा जाँदा भयो, पुट गर्दै, इनोभामा, लग्जरी गाडी, luxury, tours and travels. But the most Sikkimese way to go somewhere is in a Mahindra Bolero. Sikkimese people love the Bolero. Bolero. Bolero गाडी. गाडीभित्र चढ्नुभन्दा अगाडि त्यो साइडको सिँढीमा चढ्ने फिल चाहिँ अर्को छ नि त. The Bolero is for the Sikkimese, what the Land Rover is to Sandakphu. In India, if you say you'll hit the road at 6:30 in the morning, the ignition will fire up at 7. So tag along. ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਨਾਲ ਸਾਡੇ ਗੱਡੀ ਵਿੱਚ ਬਹੁਤ ਜਗ੍ਹਾ ਹੈ. And yes, we went to college in Punjab.
I have no words, man. I can only say wow. It's beautiful.
As soon as you get the first 10 pictures or so, you're already in the Changu Lake. Folks come here just to see the Changu Lake. The Changu is the Pangong of East Sikkim, I think. But these places are best enjoyed without the density of human population. The tourists, I mean. Just the lake and you, and of course a few yaks. But that's not going to happen because mostly it's flooded with tourists. So close your eyes and try taking it all in. But not for long. The fog may take the view away from you. Fog. दुईजना कम्पनी मलाई अलिक नफापेको जस्तो लाग्यो. And birthday candle? What the lighters है जलाएंगे भाई. Guys can relate. Maybe even girls now.
And candle बाल्नु खै लाइट मेरोमै छ लाइट.
Sweet. Happy birthday to Suman and Pravesh. खाटेगा सँगै.
के लाउँदा भने त. यताबाट
काटी सक्यो मैले यता काट्नु पर्छ. 1 2
Happy birthday! As a token of thanks for such a plan, I get to get the first bite of the cake.
अब बेनलाई खुवाउनु पर्यो नि त
Who's the boss?
अलिक दियो त म पनि खुवाउँछु न दल्लिस नगर्नु नि
No. Since there wasn't anyone else, we offered the cake even to the yak. Turns out he didn't like it. So it was the black dog's day. No, not this black dog. The other black dog which was chasing us around the whole time. And then I got reminded of a philosophy as the dog licked off the smooth velvet. They say if you hang around a barber shop long enough, sooner or later you will get a haircut. The birthday usually gets over as soon as the cake gets finished, and you don't have to behave anymore. We headed on further. Previously, the driver used to be this guy,
Okay, I'm here. So I'm
and now we have shifted to this guy.
Namaste.
Okay, let's hit the ignition, man.
गीतहरु बजाऊ आफ्नो आफ्नो यो फेरि बजाऊ नि गीत बजाऊ के हिँड्यो त फेरि बजाऊ गीतमा
Can we go now?
Yes, we headed on further. The views started getting even more pristine. The colors more earthen, the chill more real, and the breathing more difficult. But the beauty unparalleled, even on my second visit. It is good to have an end to journey toward, but it is the journey that matters in the end. Absolutely. We had gone to see the beautiful 32 hairpin bends and the Chango Lake, but when I look back at it today, the whole beauty and the essence of my trip lay not just in those two sides. When I close my eyes and think of the trip today, the small unnamed lake comes to my mind, which had the most beautiful flow of pure white water. The flowers come to my eyes, the wild ones, which had colors beyond our spectrum. The people out there living with their withered skin and their red cheeks and the very wide smiles, and the BRO who wave at you, despite knowing that you'll never ever cross paths again. The little houses anyone can call home. The barren, uninhabited lands which have preserved the nature in the natural. Katiwata jaga त्यस्तै नै छ, like it was when God created it, with His words untouched and pristine. The rather rough life of the Indian Army, but when the Tiranga slowly flows in the harsh winds amidst the wilderness, little goosebumps of pride and patriotism makes the hairs on your hand, your arms stand in ovation.
Just as I come out, there's this beautiful view. This is incomparable with any structures that is artificially made. Natural beauty is just more than any structure or any. Somehow I feel that we civil engineers are not just protecting. We are not building things up just to. So this is the place. This is our car. Someone is talking to his dog.
The sun is gonna shine, buddy.
The sun is shining.
Shine.
कहाँ चाहिँ लाग्यो
लाग्दैछ अब
हामी सिभिल इन्जिनियरहरूले चाहिँ नि यो प्रिजर्भ गर्नु मेन सिक्नुपर्ने त्यही भन्नु खोजेको थियो कि अघि इन्कम्प्लिट भयो प्रिजर्भ गर्नु ज्यादा इम्पोर्टेन्स दिनुपर्ने रादर देन बिल्डिङ न्यू स्ट्रक्चर्स क्या साँच्चै नै इको फ्रेन्डली बनाउनु पर्ने हामीले चाहिँ ज्यादा प्रिफरेन्स दिनुपर्ने यस्तो सिरिन यस्तो ब्युटीलाई चाहिँ हामीले डिस्ट्रोय गरेर चाहिँ नयाँ बनाउनु भन्दा चाहिँ यसलाई नै प्रिजर्भ गरेर चाहिँ नयाँ बनाउन सक्यो भने चाहिँ साँच्चै नै हाम्रो वर्ल्डै ब्युटिफुल हुन्थ्यो होला
मैरा ठिकै छ ल्याङ फेरि
Roll.
खाने छ बेन
It's really hard to wake up the next morning because the sleep is so damn good. But the views are not to be missed, so buckle up. The tea is made out of yak milk. अगर आपकी digestive system की configuration उतनी अच्छी नहीं है, तो ये ना ले. Stick with the black tea or hot water. You'll thank me later. We now decided to head for the Kupup or the Zuluk viewpoint, but it was still foggy, probably not the best time.
Fog boy, didn't it? Fog.
Oh, it's recording.
Fog. It's all fogged up. And tingling.
And the clinging of the glasses से तो पता चल चुका होगा कि it's gonna be a rather long night.
I know, you never know, man.
So we decided to do a bit loafing around,
Get a drama as a toy.
Nathang has very little population, so you sort of have the whole place to yourself. You can lie down anywhere, park your car anywhere, turn up the music as loud as you want. No one is going to bother, because there's no one to bother.
So Ben, कस्तो लाग्दैछ ड्राइभ गर्न?
But looking at the scenery, I think the viewer can, exactly tell how I'm feeling.
I'm good. I'm outcast myself.
Wait, what I don't know.
It's just beautiful. Wow.
Beauty, na?
Beauty, huh?
The evening had the best gift for us.
Oh, मेरो क्यामेरा फुस्किन्छ हातमा र एकछिन अडियो बन्द गर न कडा होइन तिमीहरूको अडियो.
Driving like this is really not encouraged. But we had little time and fog had really cleared out. We didn't want to take any chances of missing the view. I only got to travel in an aeroplane when I had to go to college. The feeling of being above the clouds, the feeling of flight is simply surreal. There's a small window for you to realize that you're actually flying. And that you have to peek out. Now that I was in the open air and the clouds were finally beneath me. Majestic. The only word that I could think of then. But we ended up saying all the rubbish in the world.
Giving a brief context, this is the edge, really literally the edge of the view towards Zuluk, okay? You can see Zuluk is there and there's the cliff. And someone is standing beneath the sunset. The sunset is there. Sunset is right there. As you can see. Someone is here. Okay. How are we doing, man?
Okay. So that's about things, okay? What's really going about in my mind? First of all, I'm really worried about my phone. I'm feeling very much relaxed, man. This is a natural recliner out here and it's supporting me. Putting up my sunglasses, I'm gratified and enjoying this moment and I'm
Okay, thank you.
in this rock. So
Thank
all
you.
the best and gratified.
Lucky as well, I mean.
That was because of my decision, बुझ्यौ?
ल त तिमी नै हिरो अब
हैन त्यो हैन, you have to accept it, Ben. कसम भनेको genuinely.
I accept genuinely someone is the hero of this moment right now.
Protest हेर हजुर.
We spent the evening there, looking down at the lights that lit up the houses below from the ripples of the darkness the night had brought in. The mountain beyond another mountain beyond another. As the night crickets began cherishing the view with their songs, and we found ourselves to be entirely songless, we drove back. And the boys answered to the call of the bottles that were clinging previously, if you know what I mean.
and singing.
And I could tell that it would be a night of storytelling from the past. And of course, a lot of laughter. Pictures of ethanol and stories therein are best left away from the lenses. So I left the cameras to charge and listened to those stories. And then we surely did miss the fourth guy, who must be very jealous by now. We returned back today. We spent some time with the homestay folks.
आन्टी अलिकति तपाईँको भिडियो निकालेलस् अलिकति भिडियो निकालेलस् यहाँ चाहिँ हाम्रो किचन आन्टी हुनुहुन्छ हाम्रो आजको ओके आन्टीले चाहिँ हामीलाई दामी ब्रेकफास्ट बनाइदिनु हुँदैछ है मैदा चाहिँ यता घुप्टिरहेको रहेछ
Said thank you and drove back. The initial kilometers of the journey back, we mostly remained silent in most of the trips. I don't know why. I think this is the last thing common between us, and probably the best thing. We are comfortable being in silence. Simply silence. I think taking memories from somewhere is a two-way process. While you take memories on one hand, you leave a part of yourself there. And that part of you speaks back to you, in parts, for a long, long time. And we have a beautiful name for that. We call it reminiscing, which is more than just missing. And now I can bet that there are two common chambers in all of our minds. First, a chamber which is still enchanted, lost in breathing the air of the place we left miles back. And the second, a lookout for the next land to set our foot upon. Until the next frame.